now let's talk about the real game changer, which is how are you going to interact with those insights in order to turn data to insight and insight into action faster and easier than ever before. We have spent recent development cycles building the most powerful suite of frontline-ready AI features in the industry. You saw it, you saw the testimonials. You have seen the impact of root cause assist, intelligent summaries, things with Gen AI. And individually, these features are high-fidelity, high-value tools. But we didn't set out to just build a list of tools and a list of features, right? What we set out to do is to build an entirely new way to interact with your data. Every one of these innovations has been leading to this, a true conversational reporting and insights experience. This is really the culmination of our vision, a game changer that doesn't just change how you use Medallia, but how our industry transforms insights into business impact. And today, I'm incredibly excited to announce Insights Assistant. Insights Assistant is Medallia's conversational AI agent, and it empowers every user, from executives to the CX Insights team to the frontline, to perform sophisticated ad hoc data exploration without any need for technical expertise or prior training in analytics. And to see Insights Assistant in action, I'd love to invite Joanna, who heads our reporting and analytics product team. Welcome, Joanna.
Thanks, Fabrice. Thanks, Fabrice. Really excited to show everyone what we've been working on. Let's go ahead and pull this up. This is Insights Assistant. For today, I'm going to play the role of an insights analyst from a global luxury hospitality brand. So this has been a typical Wednesday morning for me and my team. We received a notification that there's been an increase in complaints about cleanliness at our properties, and I already have multiple executives pinging me to ask why. We've all been there with people like Fabrice lighting up your Slack at 6 a.m. asking what's going on.
Sorry.
That's okay. Usually, this type of request results in a scramble, digging through data and various reports, but this Wednesday is different because I have Insights Assistant. Now, all I have to do is ask, what's going on with cleanliness at our properties? So, what's going to happen here is that Insights Assistant is interpreting the intent behind my question. It's searching through my data in Medallia to grab the different elements that it needs to perform data analysis and answer my question. Then it's going to summarize the results. Very quickly, I'm able to get a comprehensive summarized view of this issue. We can see impact on key metrics like NPS, a clear description of the issue with specific actionable themes. And if I scroll down a little bit, I can see the supporting data used to answer this question. And I can even see a summary of customer recommendations.
Customer recommendations, wow, this is great. But Joanna, how do I know that we can trust this answer?
Great question, Fabrice. Traceability and transparency of answers has been a critical requirement throughout our development. Every single answer from Insights Assistant is backed by real data. And what this means is that with every response, we include direct links to the data used to answer the question, and we expose our work with every response, as we can see in these inline reporting modules. All right. Now that we know what's going on, I need to know which properties are most affected by this issue. So I'll ask, which properties are most impacted by this cleanliness issue? So in addition to tracking trends and key themes within text data, Medallia also knows our operational structure. So this answer is going to direct me to the exact parts of the business that most need the attention. All right, what we see here is a list of properties ranked on negative experience. One thing here, because Insights Assistant is backed or built on top of Medallia reporting, these answers are based on a complete population of data. What that means is that we're seeing exact counts and exact calculations.
Built on top of Medallia reporting, it means it's robust and scalable. Let me ask you one more thing. Another important characteristic of Medallia, we heard it from Jason again, is our support for very large organizations with thousands or tens of thousands of users and complex, constantly changing organization hierarchies. Is that also part of Insights Assistant?
I'm so glad that you asked. It is 100%. Ensuring support for the wide variety of users and roles that's typical of our customer base was another critical requirement for Insights Assistant. Responses will respect a user's data access and their role permissions. The questions that I just asked were in context of an analyst who has global data access within our program. If we were to take that exact same question from the perspective of a property GM, we should see a personalized response based on their permissions. Let me show you. Let me go ahead and scroll up here so that we can switch roles. I'm going to go ahead and switch from the analyst over to a general manager. All right. And I'm going to hop back over into Insights Assistant. OK, great. And I'm going to ask that same question about cleanliness. All right, what's going on with cleanliness? So I've asked the same question, but from the point of view of a GM instead of an analyst. And what we'll see in a second is that the answer will actually take that point of view into account. Because the GM has different permissions from other roles, Insights Assistant is going to have a different scope of data to search through and analyze as it answers the question. And take a look at the difference. Because the results are focused on my property, I see personalized response that highlights specific recent examples and even references property-specific metadata like room numbers.
So it respects permissions automatically. No new configuration needed?
That's right. It respects your existing role-based reporting configurations out of the box.
That's impressive. And how about data? Does it work with any type of signal?
Insights Assistant can look at any data in Medallia. You could ask, how do my customers talk about cleanliness with regard to competitive properties? Or I could ask, is this issue also being discussed in contact center channels? And I will get this same level of instant analysis. And I can even ask these questions directly from the Medallia mobile app. Perfect for those 6 a.m. meetings or messages.
Wow, available in Medallia Mobile. That's dangerous. I cannot wait to see that. As you saw it, in less than 4 minutes, we saw an analyst diagnose a global issue and a GM find a local solution, all using natural language. No training required, no tickets filed, just answers. I cannot wait to get Insights Assistant into everybody's hands. Thank you, Joanna.
Thanks, Reese.